Hey guys, thank you for checking out our video. My name's Sean Elders and this is Pinnacle Combat Arts. Like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell so you can be notified every time we get a new video. Today we're going to be working on bridging the gap. The concept is that what you want to do is, if you're at a distance, you're in some kind of engagement. Maybe you've engaged and you broke away. Maybe they moved away as they're moving away. Maybe there's so many circumstances where you can use bridging to get back into the fight. The idea is that besides just being able to be able to get back in, the other aspect is that when you get back in, that it's effective, that you're getting ahead, which means scoring points or scoring, you're able to hit and make contact and get what you need to get done. When we're talking about bridging, we want to make sure that we have different aspects. We're thinking about different aspects. One, when we're moving in and I'm attacking, I want to be able to sometimes fake them. Sometimes I want to just attack and get them to try to respond to one movement, and then I take on that opening, okay? And so it's an idea of sometimes changing rhythms is a very important one too. So I'm just going to show you guys some basic bridges that are going to help you to be able to, maybe you're sparring with your partner and you clash, and then when you break away, as you break away, you can come back in when they're trying to reset, you come back in with another series of attacks. Okay, this is one of the ways I think is how it works. It's not usually when the fight's about to start. Sometimes you could do that, but usually it's when you clash, when you break away. That's when those opportunities, when you can tell they're not ready, or they're trying to reset and they're used to doing that. That's when you attack. It could be also when somebody gets pushed, one of you pushes the other, and when that push takes place, that's when the bridge can take place as well. There's many different ways that a bridge can be used, okay? So the first one is what we call high, low, high. And the idea of it is that you're getting your opponent to think about the high line, okay? You attack their low line, and so they are chasing to try to defend against that low line, and then you go back up high where there's an opening. So that's the first one. Part of this exercise is that even though we know what we're doing, your partner knows what he's doing, you still have to exercise it. You still have to practice it. So what's going to happen is all I'm going to do is drop my hands or respond to the attack as it comes in. And what's going to happen is based on the way I respond is when he's going to do the next movement. Okay. So for instance, if we're in this position here and he does, for instance, he goes high and I put up my hand, and I'll defend against the high position. And then what happens is he goes low. Okay, and then I drop my hands down low. Maybe it's my elbows. Some people will make the mistake even doing this kind of a movement, like from karate or taekwondo or some kung fu styles. You make this. This is why when you're in a fighting position, you never want to drop your hand and do a block like this, because then the next movement he could throw that hand, and if I'm not ready, boom, he's gonna knock me out. So this is one of the reasons why you don't drop your hands, because when you drop your hands, guess what? The time that it takes for you to bring this hand back up and engage, you could be in trouble. Okay, they could already fire off 5 or 6 punches. Okay, so when he's in his fighting stance, okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to go high. He's going to go high and low. Yep, and then I'm going to respond to it, and then he's going to come in and push and step and go for that high point. So we're going to do it again. See that? As soon as I'm trying to deal with this, a lot of people, they're not used to being able to deal with a punch to the stomach, an attack to the stomach. A lot of times they do the wrong thing, especially when it looks like he's really going to do it. And that's an important part to this whole thing, is that it's all about how well he's able to make me think that he's really going to do the punch. Okay, that's very important. So he goes high and he goes, yep. See that? And as soon as I drop down low, maybe I'm slow on this, so he does the first one and I'm like this, and then I'm down here like that. And this can be done even from a middle point. So coming into the middle point where we're at this distance, he could do the same thing. He goes here and then boom, just like that. It's all about how his ability to make it believable. Okay, I have to believe, you have to make your opponent believe that you're really going to attack there. Okay, So again, throws the attack, and then as soon as I drop those hands, that's when you're gonna go. That's when you're gonna go. And it could be even your elbows are tight like this, and you're just you're like kind of like barreling down to keep from getting hit there. Okay. And then we have midpoint where he's actually he's close enough. He's a little bit closer, and he could do that first attack, and then he goes down here, and I'm trying to defend against that, and then he comes back with that cross, boom, and he gets me. So those are the three. There, you can actually do this in 3 different ranges. When you're familiar with bridging in Jun Fan Jeet Kune Do, a lot of times it's pretty far away. But bridging can be done actually at 3 different ranges, okay? So another high-low high would be if he threw his hand here and then threw a kick, okay, and then threw a punch up high. So we're going to do that. So he's at the distance. He's got a little bit of distance. And he throws that first attack, and I go here. And when he throws that kick, I'm kind of distracted here, and then that's when he fires off and hits me, whatever hand he wants to do it. So again, I'm in our position here. He goes, whoop, whoop, and then he's there. See that? And it's all about how I respond, okay? So you may ask yourself, well, when do I throw a jab or when do I throw a cross? It's got to do with where their hands are, where their structure is. So for instance, we'll play a little game with each other. I'm going to play a game with him. So what's going to happen is when he does that low high on that last punch, I may try to defend on one side, but the other side will be open. Okay, and that's when he's going to do the attack. So when he goes, I go like this, and I'm like, oh, and so this, if my hand's like this, and I'm trying to defend here like this, he throws the jab, bam, and hits me. Okay. The other thing is some people will try to block a kick to the body too, which is, like I said, that's why we teach the structure we teach. So when we're in our position and he throws that attack and I want to defend the first one, okay, and then he throws the attack, I may go like this, and then he throws that jab, boom, and I may not have the timing to turn that hand and do it. Then the other side could go. He goes here, woof, woof, and he goes like this, bam. And a lot of people like to do that. They'll put their hand out like this, and that's an opportunity to throw that other attack, okay? So we're moving around, and he goes, yep, boom, he hits me, see? He goes, hop, 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 he goes, hop, 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 yep, he goes, hop, hop, yep, he would do the cross, yeah, right there. So we go 1, 2, and if I try to block that, bam, see that, I try to block with the hand. Sometimes they're going like this, they'll go like this. I've had it happen, so they don't know how to deal with those kicks sometimes, okay? And they should be shielding with their legs, but again, or using footwork to get out of the way and set up their own attack. And that's the truth about this. So we're in our position, he goes, and I go, hop, 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 oh, and he hits me. I go, and I'm trying to really play along because it's hard for me not to do the right thing because, and he goes, 1, 2, and then this hand, boom, he does the cross, and then he does it again, and I go here, and I go, like this, boom, see, and that time I just had both hands dropped. It's because sometimes when you put the heat on somebody, they don't know where to put their hands. They're like, oh, and they're just all over the place, and they're having trouble. So that's one way to do it. So then the next one would be we go high, or we go low, high, low, okay? And so the idea of low, high, low is if I start off like this and he tries to defend that first one, okay, and I go high like this, and I throw this one and he defends against that one, he defends against this one like this, then I go boom, there's a little breadbasket right there for me to get to, okay, and that's when I'm going to hit him, okay. So this bridge could be this far away, okay, or it could be we're bridging and I'm finding my opening, okay, and it could be this close where I could actually make contact with him. You see, so I start off with the low shot like this, and he defends it. Then I may be able to power off that one, maybe, but if he gets it, boom, there's that opening right to the breadbasket, okay. The other way is if I'm going to do some kicks, okay, when I throw that punch. When I throw that low punch like this, okay, I throw a high punch, and then behind it, I throw a round kick to the body. You see that? So again, watch. I go jab low, okay, I throw this, but then I throw this at the same time, and I catch him on the low line. That's how I want to do it, okay? So again, 1, 2, and 3, right to the body, right to the leg, okay? I go 1, 2, and 3 right behind the leg. So the cross is just a distraction. It doesn't need to be a full-fledged striking. It's just an idea of distracting them to get that low leg, okay? And I can do that on the other side too. So it would be jab low, okay? I can do a cross high, and then I try to jab, and then I hit that inside leg. I hit that inside quad, and that's the whole idea of it. See that? So again, I go throw a low jab like this, okay? I throw one here, okay? And then I can throw that in line. And I'm not really throwing a punch with this hand. All I'm doing is just throwing that hand up to distract him while I hit the low line, okay? And so that's another great one. When you mix these, you got to play around with them with your partner. You got to make sure that you're doing it correctly. You got to make sure you take your time and learn them first in the mirror, then on a bag, and then you do them with a partner. The other aspect of this is you've got to pay attention to how they respond. If I'm in my fighting stance like this, okay, and I throw an attack, as soon as he throws that attack, I need to think about where the other line of attack is, okay? Sometimes I'll be able to get the secondary punch, but sometimes I won't. So there'll be a third, okay? And sometimes I may be at this distance here, and I may see how I got that distance just by going like this. See, I go here just like that. So when I go like that, I can go whoop, bam, and then I throw the low line attack. You see? Sometimes I'll go like this, and they get that one, they get this one, okay, but they're not ready for that backhand to the back of the head, the side of the head there. See, this is called a guachoi, okay? So all these aspects you have to think about. We can use our hands, we can use our feet. Okay. Sometimes what I want to do is I'm going to be out at a distance like this, and I'll go like this, and then go bam, and I'll do that front kick right to the kneecap. Okay. Or a front kick to the stomach. Sometimes I'll go low, I'll go high, and then I'll side kick. Okay. And don't forget about side kicks. Side kicks work. I don't care what anybody says about that. Any kick can work if you're in the right range with the right timing. Okay. All right. So I could go high like this and even do like a backhand if you're not competing, and you go low like this, okay? And then look, bam, I could throw that round kick, okay? You could throw a round kick behind any punch, okay? You just have to practice your balance. You have to practice your stance. You have to practice the footwork proper. Make sure you have the right position, okay? All these different parts play a very important role in learning how to bridge the gap and do different fakes. Hope you guys learned something from this. I'll see you guys next time. Go to our website, pinnaclecombatarts.com. There you can find out more about what I do and the classes that I provide. Thank you guys so much for your support, and have a great day.